A woman in Oregon has won a $900,000 verdict after she went on a date with a man and he gave her herpes.
Wow, really?
So they met one another on eHarmony, okay? On the fourth date, they had sex. However, she told him to put a condom on. He apparently put it on, or she says that he put it on and took it off, but didn't tell her that he had taken it off. And as a result, he gave her herpes. Now, whether or not he was wearing a condom, I think doesn't matter, because if you have a disease like that, you have the responsibility and the obligation to let your partner know ahead of time, right? And in this case, he didn't. And the jury found that she was only 25% responsible for contracting the sexually transmitted disease that subsequently made her life a misery.
All right, so he's mainly responsible, and he winds up having to give $900,000. That's stunning. Look, I'm really torn on this because I think if you've got AIDS and you don't tell the other person you have unprotected sex and they get AIDS, I think you're responsible, okay? So, on the other hand, if you extend it to all diseases, does everybody have to come in with like a sheet and be like, oh, by the way, I once had this, 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 and this, and this, like no matter how major or minor, right? And then is herpes minor or major? I don't know.
Herpes, I think, is major because herpes is the kind of sexually transmitted disease that you can never cure. It's always there. You never know when you're going to get those.
I know, but it's not going to kill you, right? And a lot of people have herpes.
Herpes is serious. Are you kidding me? I totally agree with this verdict. I think that if you have any sexually transmitted disease that is uncurable, you should definitely tell your partner before having sex with them.
I agree with you that you should definitely tell your partner. But if you don't tell your partner, should you pay $900,000? I think a lot of dudes would be out a lot of money, man. I think you'd be probably shocked to find out how many dudes have herpes and never told their partners.
I don't want to make this about gender or sex. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you have a sexually transmitted disease, you have the obligation and the responsibility to let your partner know.
I know. Now, I'm going to be a little, I don't know if this is double standard, sexist, whatever it is, but it's easier for the girl, right? Guy's trying to get laid. And in the middle of trying to get laid, oh, by the way, I have herpes. Oh, good night, Irene, okay? Now, the thing is, that sucks for you. You shouldn't have got, you know, like, I feel bad for you, I do, but you got to let her know. It's crazy not to let her know, right? But God, it's going to make your job a million times harder. So guys, gonna, you know, what in this atmosphere, we can talk about what's the moral thing to do, what's the right thing to do. In that atmosphere, he's going to want to go, right? A woman, it's a little easier for her. Believe me, I feel your pain. I mean, but not literally. But like for her to say, hey, you know what, I got this situation.
I can't take it. This is such fucking bullshit. This is unbelievable. Are you serious?
Me?
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're saying that a guy with herpes, because he wants to get laid at that moment, is somewhat excused from disclosing this awful disease, whereas a woman, oh no, she's not as horny as a guy, so it's easier for her. You're crazy. It should be harder for a guy with herpes to get laid, because you know what? He has herpes. That's why it should be harder.
Agreed on that front. Okay, so I'm not excusing the guy. I'm saying it's wrong. I'm not, all I'm saying is, really $900,000 every time you lie about any disease you've got? I think like a quarter of the country is going to go bankrupt. Okay, $900,000?
Yes, for herpes, $900,000. For something very minor, $900. I don't know, but herpes is a very serious disease. People suffer a lifetime because of it, and it could ruin their lives.
The woman came down with herpes within 11 days and suffered not only painful outbreaks, but anxiety and depression. And by the way, think about how it affects her sex life, because now that she has herpes, she has to disclose that to everyone that she wants to have sex with.
Yeah, no, look, it's devastating. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. Like, the guy is 1,000,000% wrong. $900,000, okay. So, Supreme Court, $900,000, right or wrong judgment.
I don't know.
Would you get it for $900,000? I offer you $900,000 for you to get herpes. Would you do it?
No.
Well, there you go.
Well, I wouldn't do it for $1 billion. Yeah, so every time somebody gives herpes, you've got to charge them $1 billion. I mean, you're basically saying your financial life is over for a regular guy. I mean, how are you going to pay $900,000? The rest of your wages for the rest of your life are probably going to be taken at a certain percentage. You know, I don't know how you pay it back, but, and is that fair? I mean, maybe a lot of people think, hey, you know what? For the rest of your life, you're going to have to pay that woman back. Maybe they think that's a fair, you know, judgment in this case. It just, to me, it sounds like a gigantic amount of money. JR.
It sounds like it's dependent on someone's income, because they're going to get somebody that makes
$25,000 a year to pay $900,000, it's not going to make any sense. So I don't know. It's probably based on their level of income, and she happened to hit a jackpot.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
At the same time.
No, I mean, like, well, she certainly didn't, right? But if the guy's got like 20 million bucks in the bank, and then you want to take 900,000, that seems fair to me, right? But it certainly depends.
I feel like we dwell way too much on the number, like the amount of money. The verdict is the verdict. Like, he was in the wrong. This is what the jury decided, and I think that we should just trust the jury.
If the guy makes $25,000 a year or $40,000 a year, whether it's 9 million, 900,000, it doesn't matter. Okay, you're not going to get the money anyway. Mm-hmm. But the point is, Anna's right. Instead of dwelling on the exact number without knowing any of the facts as to whether that number is correct or not, the bigger issue is, are you culpable? If you give someone an STD, you know you have it, but you don't disclose it because you're a horny bastard and you want to get laid, and you give someone else a lifetime disease, should you pay for it? And the answer to that is a resounding yes.
Yeah, I agree with that, yes.
And by the way, just one more thing on this. Him not telling her that he has an STD is bad enough. But knowing you have an STD and refusing to wear a condom, I mean, come on.
Right. I guess the reason that I keep hesitating here is because I feel like we're being incredibly judgmental of people, right? Like, they're in a bad spot, but they're going to put other people in a bad spot. That's why I agree with you guys, right? So we all agree on that part. But I feel like, you lay down the hammer, you son of a bitch. I know, but the guy's in a tough spot or the girl's in a tough spot, and they're in that spot for the rest of their lives, and every time they go to have sex, the world's going to come down on them, right? And it should, because you're going to, like I said, you're giving that to somebody else. On the other hand, I feel a little bad for them. And I don't know if I'm the bad guy for feeling a little bad for them, but I do.